Hello and welcome to ATM 10 to the sky. Today I've done some updating. Let's just say that. I moved all the stuff that was up here, like taking over most of the space, and I moved it around. I put all the seed things over there in all in rows. I set let's see here. I moved my AE system from right there, put it right here. Now everything's nice and dandy here. And they also updated the mod pack. If it ever loads, I think I just crashed. There we go. If it loads. They moved everything into a different chapter structure here. So there's a chapter 2 now. We're going to go through that here in a minute. And kind of, you know, it gives us a little bit more of a like a path to follow that I was kind of looking for when we started. So we've done most of this, but except the Geors here now. I saw a post on Reddit showing how to actually use this, and so this actually requires this foundry thing that's kind of like the old Tinkerer's construct. So that's kind of cool, in all honesty. So we'll check that out here soon. But let's go ahead and click off some of the stuff. We already completed a lot of this, and I think it should just automatically give us stuff. So we touched grass, we killed a mob, killed a passive mob. We make these gateways. I have this on my list to make one of these. I'm gonna make, I think, this one, this gateway pearl. We'll go look at that here in a second. Does not look like it's gonna give me the rocks here, so let's get a rock. Throw all this in there. Let's see here. I think it's, was it like control? That's the wrong macro. There we go. That should be enough to get past that step right there. All right, we got that. Oh, and just to make cobblestone. Jeez. Did I get enough? I did. So we just gotta kind of like make our way through this slightly again here. Let's go over here. So once a hammer, I think I have one in my system already. Let's see, let's put that one in there, put that one in there, maybe those will count. All right, once a stone hammer. All right. Where is the stone hammer? I don't even see it. Oh, here it is right here. Stone hammer. All right, we throw all that back in there. Don't need that on me right now. I'll show the downstairs here in a minute. I totally changed that too. So we made gravel. So it wants sand. So sand and dust. Sand. Dust. Of course I don't have dust. Sand. Let's grab one of those. And grab my compressed hammer, just throw this like that, and perfect. That gives us a sand, dust. What is this? Crushed deep slate, blackstone. Now I should have those over in my little system over here. So I started moving everything over this area, right? I needed more space because it was just taking up space, and then these are all auto sieves that use these ender chests to move items around, right? Most of them are all cobblestone coming from there. So here's endstone, blackstone. If we go down, let's crush another rack. We probably need that, right? Let's grab a stack of that. See what it does. Now that one's what you call it? There's crushed deep slate. Got that one, and crushed blackstone. What was the recipe for that? That's blackstone. There should be one of these. Should be blackstone. Like that one. I think this one. It's just it gets processed so fast because it's so slow to create. All right, we got all that. Now we need compressed blocks. Well, oh my god. They still have. It doesn't look like they have another right mesh on this one anymore. So we actually finished this one. Just wants crushed gravel. Let's go back over here. Actually, I should have crushed gravel. that's dust. Sand. Or it wants compressed. So we'll just take a stack of that. I have everything kind of isolated over there. It's not connected to this part of the system yet. Just because I don't have the drive space. So let's do where's it? Gravel. Compress that. Alright, we can throw all that back in there. Let it find its way around the system there. There we go. We need a stone hammer. Now I should have that in here. Does this one count? Yes, it does, even though it's broken. And then we need a oak crucible. Oak. Just make one. And I got so many recipes in this thing now. It's kind of crazy. Like if I look down here, like I have so many recipes. It's just so nice. All right, we got our oak. I made it. What am I missing for you? Okay. Oh, I guess it requires flint and leaves to actually unlock that one. Flint. Let's grab that. Let's grab that. Ash. String. Just kind of making sure I got all this stuff kind of made because I know it's going to ask for it. And then we need oak leaves. Alright, so that takes out flint. That'll take out, what do we need here? We need flint shears. I have those already made. And perfect. This is just going pretty well. Got that. And then the next chapter, we already did that. What is that? A hammackj generator? I might have one already in here. I'm using a lot of them right now. Let's just make another one. There we go, we got that. Now let's go here. I'm going to make a 64 one real quick. Oh, we don't have enough cobblestone in there. Jeez. Oh, man. There's like 2,000 of it right here. I don't have this external storage yet, so it's one of those kind of... There we go. Throw that in there. And oh, there's a bunch of gold right here, ready to go. Perfect. Throw that in there and throw that string in there. There, now we can make that. All right, well, that's cooking. Where are we at here? We need a flint mesh, which... There is a flint mesh. Why is it not, Okay. Whatever. Let's see. Maybe it requires this to be unlocked. So we need logs, right? So log. Grab one of those. And silkworm. One of those. We need a crook and string also. This would have been so much easier when we started if this was already in the pack. It would have been a lot less hunting and pecking, looking for all this stuff. So we got the crook. No, what was the other one? Was string. Grab the string. It's gonna make us sieve. I already got one made. All right, so we got the log. It gave us a crafting table on a stick. We got the cooked silkworm. I didn't even think about cooking them. There we go. Another sieve. Flint. We had that. All right. So we need an oak barrel. All right, and then dirt. All right, we can do this. Oak barrel. Apparently, I don't have that recipe in there. Come on. My fingers aren't working. I'm telling it to do something and it's not doing it. There we go. There we go. We got our oak barrel. Let's see here. What else was there? Let's just look. Dirt, clay. All right, I can do all that. Dirt. There's normal dirt. Clay. Can do that. All right, let's put that one in there, and then let's do this one, because I know it's going to ask for that too. So we got our oak barrel. We got our dirt. We got clay. These resources would have been so useful when we were doing this. We need porcelain clay. Perfect. Which then we need a porcelain bucket, which we did not make. So let's do use on that one, and let's make the bucket. Does it want us to fire the bucket? Porcelain bucket. Yes, it does. So let's go over here, throw that in there. Grab our gold and our porcelain bucket. And I think we can get rid of all this at this point. All right, it gives us a bucket of water. Son of a gun. How? Oh my god, 2 buckets of water? You're just like, you're cheating now. Let's see, we need a porcelain, what was that thing? A crucible? Where is that at here? Crucible, porcelain crucible, unfired crucible. Recipe for that. Alright, we'll take that, throw that over here. Go right here. We need, that's not ore. Here's the ore. Let's do more gold, more iron. Some lead, more iron. Should be good. And I'm just gonna throw all this in there. Try to keep it constantly processing until I can manually set all that up. All right, we take all that out. Throw all that in. We don't need that water. We have unlimited water now. We got another rack. A bucket of witch water. Oh wait, we need those stupid buckets, don't we? Pour porcelain. There we go. There's our empty bucket. Now, I don't think we're actually going to be able to get a bucket of this, because I have it. Yeah. Let's take that out for 1 second here. Grab that. Put that right back there. There we go. It's automated. Let's see here. What do we need? We needed mycelium spores, which I should. Yes, I do. Right there. Perfect. Oh, we gave us 4 more. Oh my gosh. Oh, they gave us mushrooms, soul sand. Oh my gosh. All right. There's soul sand. We got it. Just in time. Oh my god, it gave us more of it. All right, now slime. Why can't we do netherrack? What's it missing? Lava? Oh, do we really need a... All right, let's get rid of that. Let's grab that. Nope. That was stupid. Do I not have... That's gonna cause a problem. There. Right. At least nothing's flammable here. Jeez. Oh my gosh. All right, we got our lava bucket. We got our stone generator. We got our nether rack. We can do slime and endstone real quick. Let's throw that in there. So I should have slime in here already. I've kind of, yeah, I've turned it into, I think we need a full nothing in it. Let me grab this. Oh my god, what is the recipe for slime? Oh, it's slime balls. Alright. Grab 2 of the... Oh, geez. That was a lot of it. There we go. We got a slime block out of that. Click that off. And... Endstone. Endstone. There we go. It's not being generated fast enough, I'll tell you that. Well, it was, and then they, like, I think they nerfed it. Like, it's not generating fast enough now. I don't know if it consumes that. It's still consuming that source block or not, but yeah, it's kind of where we're at with that. Throw that in there, throw that in there. Grass and moss, all right. I think I have all that in my thing already. Grass, seed, moss, there. Usually find moss in lush caves. Make mod moss. Moss can be sieved like dirt, but instead of getting crops, you get saplings. Oh, I didn't even know that. That's something new that I know. No. Not that it helps now, but I think we got them all, right? Oh, we don't have obsidian. All right, obsidian's done. What does this obsidian say? Just source, yeah. Okay, now it wants us to do ore chunks. Oh man, let me see here if I have any in here because I converted all those. Or does this one count? No. All right, let's go over to the sieves because I'm not processing these over here yet. I haven't decided how I want to process them. This episode was going to be Mechanism 2.0, but they released the thing. All right, so we got that one and that one. I think that's all we needed. Get our ore chunks, grab some more of that. Easy ore duping, obviously we already did that. And it's got to be the chapter. Like, what am I missing here? Optional quest, emergency saplings, head start. Oh, we didn't do the free mobs. All right, we'll do that one. We'll do that. All right, so this is the gateway pearl. I already had that on my favorites list. Perfect. Let me we're gonna make some, I think, a weapon too. We should be able to handle it. I was gonna do some enchanting, but then I realized I didn't have the resources to do something. All right, so this we should be able to just make it, right? Coarse flour plus that gives us a gateway of the emerald thing. So it's gonna give us 4 waves, 5 zombies. Scroll, 5 spiders, 2 spiders, a necrotic farmer, and more zombies and more spiders. So let's do that. Let me look at my gear real quick. We need a diamond helmet. Diamond helmet. Pop that on, and then I think I have a sword right here. Let's can we enchant that with anything? I need some lapis. I mean, it doesn't really care what we enchant it with, right? Because yeah, sharpness 1, why not? And reaper, whatever that is. All right, perfect. So we got that. Actually, let's do this. Let's enchant this whole gear because we got some levels. Just so we have a little bit of stats. What is this? Mana boost. Do I not have the levels for that? Why can't I enchant that one? I have no idea now. Oh, that one's already enchanted. Those are enchanted. All right, because I bought those from the Wandering Trader. That's why. Soulbound. Okay, that sucks. All right, we can put all those back on. Like these are what, protection 5, protection 5, unbreaking. Whatever the wandering merchant was selling is what those are. All right, so we got some stuff there. If we're gonna do this right, we want our data pad. There we go, and we're gonna want some. We're gonna want some. What are these things called? Hostile. Model frameworks. Yeah, we're gonna want these. So let's make like one. Why can't we make that? What are we missing? Clay. All right, we need to make a pattern here. So clay can do that pattern, and whatever this thing is, let's do that pattern, and then just go down here and throw them into these patterns. And those are all downstairs in my little collection of stuff down there. So now if I click this, I should be able to make everything. There we go. There's two. So we're gonna have a spider, we're gonna have a zombie, we might get a skeleton, so we might make another one of those. And then it said necrotic farmer. I don't know what the hell that is. So, and then we have one of these terrible ass mobs. Let's do this. Watch that. Watch, where's he at? Come on. Come on. I hate these things so much here. Let's pop it in there. We're gonna have to make another another one of these framework things. Oh my gosh, so close. All right. Throw that in there. Let's keep working on this here. We need another deep learner. Let's make one of those. We need another one of these. Let's make two of those, and let's make another bunch of whatever this deep learner needed, because I think I used them. All right, so we got two deep learners now, and we have 4 fragments. Let's make one more just so we can fill them all up with all the mobs, right? And there we go. All right, I think we're good. Let's do it like right here. I have no idea how bad this is gonna be. All right, these are all zombies. Here, let's go over here. Wow, this thing has got a lot of hit points. I think it's just because he's wearing armor. All right. We got some hay from that, I guess. Spiders. Oh, wait, come on. No knockback sucks. Like, I mean, having knockback sucks. I wonder if there's a enchantment for that. Okay, starting to take actual damage here. We failed because I ran away. Oh, that's funny. All right, let's make another one real quick. I spent a lot of time working on getting the models. There we go. Got a cup of coffee too. All right, let's Make another one of those, so we shouldn't have any issue with that. Like, you know, we don't have really good weapons, and we're not doing a lot of damage to this stuff, so. There we go. What the hell? Man, we might need more damage. These things have way more health, I think, than a normal Minecraft zombie. And I think we're gonna get a copyright notice for this stupid song. I can't kill him fast enough. Yeah, I'm doing 1 damage per hit. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Is there, like, can I get a better sword out of this? Like, oh my gosh. What's another right sword require? That's stupid to smithing template. I can't make that yet. Let's see. 8. Emerald sword is more damage. Alright, let's do that. Let's grab some lapis, let's re-enchant that. Can we make books yet? Can we make 10 of those? We're missing paper. Alright. I don't have a recipe for paper, so that looks good. Recipe for that is that. That should be good. Throw that in there. This is and then we can go back to book, right? Bookshelf. Can we make like 10 of these? That should work. Yeah, that'll work. And then we can throw all that in there. I think we're gonna need 20 of these actually. Now that I think about it. Fortune 2 on breaking. I don't think I have an anvil, but wow, why is it taking so long to make bookshelves? Oh my gosh. There's a lot of sub-combines, right? Like you gotta make this, the sugar cane, you gotta make the paper, and all that. I don't think I have a crafting monitor up here to see it. Action, but we'll come back to it here. Let's put these ones down while we're waiting for that. Like this. Wow, they still haven't finished. What is 10? What is, okay, nothing in here seems, oh, no, cow prediction. Is it literally waiting for the cow prediction to, all right, hold on. Let's go investigate this. So as you can see, I kind of went crazy down here trying to get all this going. All right, what is this? That's the furnace. Where did I put the cow prediction? Everything should be like auto crafted. So let's see here. This, that. There's cow predictions there. How about these? Are these working? These are external storage, so there's leather. Yeah, there's leather in the system. I have it set up so that those are external storage with like the maximum, you know, like 16,000 stacks or whatever. Just so I don't have to deal with drawers. I hate drawers so much. Okay, let's do that again. Let's do 10 more and see if that actually processes. There they are. All right, so this is obviously something went weird there. Maybe there's like a number. There we go, and then we'll put, I think this is way more than I needed anyway. So we can put that emerald sword in there. We can get sharpness 3. All right, perfect. Let's put that pickaxe in there. What do we get? Soulbound? Oh wow, soulbound. Silk touch. Efficiency. Perfect. Alright, so that's 8 damage. Sharpness 3 versus that. Alright, that's a better weapon. Let's take a look here. Is there anything like we... It's kind of derailing the entire episode. But... so that's 8 damage. That's 6 damage. Is there anything more than 8 damage that I can make? Oh, 18 damage. Alright, how do I make this? Son of a bitch. Alright, what is required for this thing? Is it still... Yeah, it's still that. Alright. Let's try this one more time. I don't know if we have enough damage to get through these mobs, but... I mean, it's fun either way. One more time, and then we'll continue with everything else. We should be able to get a little bit more damage out of these things now. If anything, we're getting the model up. Yeah, I killed 10 zombies now. Alright, we got our coffee a little faster now. There we go. Yeah, I think that helped a ton. It's giving us all the stuff. Let's eat. Come on. Why does this guy have so many hit points? Oh my gosh. Alright, wave 4. Alright, here we go. Oh, there's the named. Jeez. And then we get a bunch of animals. Which, I don't know if we need the models for these. So, faulty chicken, so we can kill the chickens. And I guess I could have probably got the zombie villager from there, but that's probably fine. I don't have enough damage to do these fast enough. Alright, so sheep is basic, chicken's basic, zombies good, so those are all good. And then spider's basic too. So we got everything we needed there. We already have pig and cow done. Alright, so that gives us that. We got now, I don't care about any of these mobs. They spawn automatically too. We can throw all this stuff in here. We got all kinds of stuff from this though. A lot of saplings. There we go. And throw that in there. Perfect. So let me throw these. in my bag. Deal with those later. All right, so that is that chapter. We get some leads, like I said. Now chapter 2, well, let's claim all this stuff real quick. So we got the crafting on a stick plus a wolf spawn egg. Nice. Let's see here. Bounty board. We killed 10 zombies, so we get a random reward. Blaze rod. I could have used that a long time ago. Let's see, there we go. We got another blaze rod, it looks like. Killed 10 spiders, another reward. It's not going to tell us what it got. We got steak and a spider eye. Alright, that's all those ones. Basic armor. We have diamond armor. I've had that for a while. Basic tools. Golden sword. Wooden sword. Stone sword. Diamond sword. I guess emerald is not a sword. Food and farming. We got carrots. Tree. An apple. Bone meal. What? All the metal. So it goes carrot, gilded foods, all the modium foods, and then metal. All right. We'll have to work on that. We did make energy cubes at some point in the mechanism video. All these gems come from sieving, and I don't even know where we got that watering can, but we got it. Hostile networks, there we go. Yeah, we made a loot fabricator at some point. We did cow prediction and pig prediction. We got to do all the rest, but I'm not set up for it at the moment. And then mechanism, I did make an upgrade while I was suffering through getting everything going, so that's that. We made the laser wrench for laser IO. We used that for some stuff. I think I used it for the witch water. That's what I ended up using. I'll show that here. Go back downstairs. Pothic enchanting. We just made the enchanter and we enchanted some stuff. Gave us 10 books. Looks like we need more to do there. It gives us this, so we can start this magic chapter at some point. That'll be later on though. Modular routers, I tried this out just to test it, and I did not get it to work. I did not get it to work the way I wanted. So I haven't used that one. Laser IO worked better. Now they show the warning here now, saying that they removed the ability to use mystical agriculture for anything except for the basic seeds. So yeah, I made all the basic seeds. They're all growing in my farm. I made the ice seed. Making the ice seed was harder than it actually I thought it would be, but it ended up being trivial. So I was over here in my farm, right? And then I started building out a platform over here. And you notice that there's snow over there. That is an ice river biome right there. And this is like a normal biome, Taijia. So I got extremely lucky and I was able to take the snowballs and turn them into ice, right? So that worked out really well for me. So we made Inferium tools. Get that. We made the Inferium growth accelerators. We got an attuned augment at some point. I think it was from one of these rewards from one of these things, but I haven't done much with it yet. Soul extractor, I've been using that to make seeds for the creatures. Really? Again? All right. What? I want to kill it because I want to get the model, right? So I can... Oh my gosh. Otherwise I'd go to sleep. There we go. All right, so that's that. So we made all that stuff. I've been using that so that I can get to these soul things. We need a Solium seed base real quick. Mystical agriculture. Do I not have a recipe? Recipe on that? No. Our Solium seed base. I don't even see it. So there it is. Let's get some of this stuff out of our bags. It like, you get so much junk, right? And it just keeps adding up. I gave us a stone seed. Nice. Spawn egg. Oh, my data pads. Where did I put those? Did I put them in here? Ah, you dummy. Alright, that's taken care of now. What do we need here? The Solium dagger. There we go. All that should be taken care of now. And then sheep seeds. I didn't make any of those seeds yet. I made slime seeds. I made spider seeds. I made skeleton seeds. Made all this. Like, it just goes on and on, doesn't it? I made hose is what I made, is the Superium hose. I guess I could have made a Superium sword. I didn't even think about that. What's this? What's the damage on that? Because that would be better. Is there even a Superium sword? There it is. 24 damage. Yeah, I should have made that. Oh, there we go. Well, that'll be where we upgrade to next, I guess. I think I have enough essence now. It's been running for a few days, generating all this stuff. All right, we got all that. Just make sure we get all these clicked off. All right, I'm not gonna deal with that guy again. Way too annoying. Oh. Oh my gosh. I think we like one more and we got a basic model for that guy. Alright, we made creeper seeds apparently. Don't remember doing that one, but I guess we did. Or we got some from something. It's weird that we got credit for that one. Seed? Okay, we have creeper seeds. Alright, I'll take it. We did make insanium. That's how we made that's how we convert all this stuff. I converted all up to insanium to be able to downgrade it to get to where we want to use it. Alright, I think that's everything on this page. Basic tools, Solium dagger. Alright. Occultism, I didn't do anything in this one, but apparently we got a book for it. And what's this last one? Zycraft. Yeah. Good. We're done with all that. Gilded food is done, and we're good. So cool parts, part 2. Finally, after 45 minutes of all that. Welcome to chapter 2. It's gonna, whenever we make the generator, we get that. We get a basic energy cube, plus some experience. Now, where does it want us to go next? So we went down the mystical agriculture path because I thought it was overpowered when I first started, but they nerfed it pretty significantly. So I don't want to pick mine up because that's a lot of work. Let's see if I can just remake that stuff. The altar. Really? We don't have red wool? There you go. Guess I don't have a recipe for red wool. There we go. And then we'll make a recipe for red dye. And then we can go down here, throw them in this handy dandy contraption. And then we're going to need these. but we need 8 of those, so that's going to be extremely tedious. Let's do it this way. Make a pattern for it. Throw it here. Throw it in that machine. Let's make 8. Start that. Grab those. And I should take that out, right? They're in my hand. Alright, well, I guess we need... What? What? It's... Okay, they're... These arrows are the wrong way. They're facing in. So that was what? Solium, seeds, and then prosperity shard. And solium dust, actually, not seeds. Solium dust. It still didn't check it off. Is that the right solium dust? Yeah, that's solium dust. That's... Alright, it looks like there might be a bug in this one. Inferium essence, prosperity shard. Incomplete dependency, so there might be something else here, but obviously we have all the stuff, so we can just throw all that back in there. It's premium coal. Nice. Alright, now, crushed blackstone, we made that. Alright, harder than the Apophis way. So that's kind of like where I feel like we need to go down. So the Apophis adventure. Very rarely at night, a hostile mob, unlike any other, will spawn in the with a thunderous entrance. Yeah, these are the mobs that bang themselves in, right? It's like a huge bang. These mobs are bosses from Apophis. They have more hearts, effects, and gear than other mobs, and we kill them to drop in a fixed item. These are introduction to Apotheosis. You can press Control and T to open up the world tier menu. Control T. Control T. All right. This world tier is locked. Detailed information. All right, we have a world tier. World tier here. Haven, unlocked. Frontier, Ascent, Summit, Pinnacle. Haven, difficulty, detailed information. All right. Okay. So that is interesting. Okay. Okay, we need to turn it on. So Control T inactive. How do I start this journey here? What do I need to do? Do I need to kill something first? Oh, pick up an affixed item. All right, so we need to do that. So the best idea that I have for that is to build a platform somewhere that we can do this, possibly away from everything else. I think if we make a path down here, we can do that. So let's do that. I think there's like a building gadget. Build gadget. There we go. Building gadget. All right, we want this one. Build that. What's this one? Exchange, copy paste, destruction. All right, let's make that. Let's make a wand. Can I make another right stick? I can't. Cannot. There we go. Start that. Really? All right, we got our netherite stick. That's a lot of blocks. And I have a certain block that I use, these dark stone bricks. Let's recipe that. We're missing stone bricks. There we go. And then we take that. Oh, all these need to be in there. Otherwise it won't work, because that's just how it works. There we go. That should be enough blocks to get us somewhere out there. So we'll just do it down this path here, and then I'll put like a something to block it. So we'll go like right here, just put 2 blocks there. And you know what we should do? We should turn on wireless power. And let's make a jetpack real quick. I'm thinking all this stuff real quick, and then we can kind of do it. So let's go over here to this. Let's see here, wireless charging, hot bars, apply. Apply. There we go. Now building gadget works. So that's good. Let's also make a jetpack, right? So we're going to do patterns with this because I am extremely lazy. And let's see, here's the first. I think the wood jetpack's the first one. So we're going to make that. It's going to require that. And then the wood thruster is going to require that. The capacitor, which takes that, right? So that's, I think that's wood. And then with the wood jetpack, which requires this leather strap, which is another thing we can make. And then we can make the copper one. Copper thruster there. To the copper. Which takes us into the copper jetpack. Right now, I would like normally be just like going through and making all this stuff, but it's so much easier to make the patterns, even if it's a one-time use, because there's so many little sub-combines and stuff that this takes a while. Like you can see there's like 6 of those required, right? So let's put all this stuff in a pattern. We might need more room. And if you distribute these across machines, each row is a machine, right? It paralyzes things a little bit faster. So definitely think about that when you're building out your A2 lanes and all that. I might be out of space. No, there's a bunch more space up here. All right, perfect. All right, so we were like right here, I think. So that has a recipe. Let me, this mod. Add iron. Jet. There we go. All right, so no, is that like not? There we go. We made that. We need actual iron jetpack. What is there? What is this stuff? That is just stone. Perfect. And then we need bronze. That is not. Oh, that's bronze. I don't think we have bronze. What's the recipe for bronze? Alloy smelting. Can I use an ore hammer to make bronze dust? Yes, I can. Okay, tin dust, copper dust. All right. All right, let me see if I can make this real quick before. I think we're only going to need like 64 of it, so it's not going to be that hard. So copper ore times 3. And what was the other one? What's the use on this? Copper dust, which then smelts together. Oh my god, really? There we go. That's signalium. Zinc? No, we want 10. Alright, so 10 ore, we should have that. Platinum. Really? We don't have 10? Oh my gosh. Is that like... There's 10. I got like 4,000 blocks of 10. Have I just not made any? 10. Here, let's do this. Let's there we go. That should take that one. Let's take all these out. Let's take that one out. There we go. Alright. Now we can just throw all this in there. I don't know why it was sitting there. Do I have like a filter on here? No, it should be any. Oh, because it's full of gold, so these are never going to come out. Alright, perfect. So, take the use on this. So, use... we need a hammer. Or hammer. Let's make a platinum one real quick. Apparently we don't have platinum blocks. 1, 2, 3... having to make sticks. There we go. When I get the essences hooked up, I'm gonna probably send one of those things that automatically request to like have 1,000 of them made at all times. So let's make 3 stacks of that. Perfect. We're gonna need another one of these. Might as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. And grab that one too. And there we go. We got some more of that. So now we can do use on the dust. And I think that was bronze right there. Put that in there. And we get 4 dust. All right, let's do it like this. There's 64 dust. In fact, let's make it all. And let's get rid of one of those dusts. Let's get rid of that one. Why is this like, oh, this box is full. All right, that's why that whole system is backed up. I need to automate this. I don't know why I didn't. I think it was going to go down the mechanism path. All right, throw that in there. Throw that in there. Let's do this. Let's grab those, throw those in there. Alright, that's going. Let that cook for a second. Let's put these in our things just so we have them when we continue building this. Let's throw that in there and that in there. Alright, we have 50 bronze. That should be a little bit more to kind of go through this. Alright, so let's go back to jet or iron jet. Alright, so we have the iron jet or the stone jet pack in there. We need the bronze thruster. Alright, that's going. That's how it works. We need this bronze thruster, which requires, I think, a new advanced cell. So we need that template, which then a bronze capacitor, which then leads to the bronze jetpack. And we need iron. So iron is that same capacitor, thruster, capacitor, and then iron. That should get us there. Let's throw these in and then see if that actually works. Because we can just have it create the iron one, and then when we add the next step, so it should work. But we're like almost out of space here. Yeah. So here's the iron jetpack. Let's make one of those. Looks like we have all the materials. Let's just click that to go while we get the next one. Silver. Do we have to go to silver? Diamond jetpack requires the steel. Oh wait, we can go straight from diamond to, or iron to diamond. All right, so let's do that. see if we can make this real quick. I don't know if we're gonna have enough room. Diamond. Diamond capacitor. Diamond jetpack. I don't want that recipe. Let's see here. We got electrum, gold, Invar, steel, gold, Invar, steel. Alright, we're gonna need gold. Alright, so that's the one we're gonna want. That's electrum. Let's see, where's gold? Put the gold jet back in there. That should work. And where's gold? So gold requires that stuff. Gold capacitor. And the gold jetpack, which requires iron, right? There we go. Which I probably made way more than I actually needed in there. Alright, so let's do the gold one. Put those in there first because just manually do the diamond, I guess. That in there. Alright, we're completely full now. So, gold jetpack. I should be able to craft that fully. Diamond jetpack requires this, which requires that, which requires that. 1, 2. Alright, we need sticks. So let's do this. Let's make 100 sticks, please, just so we don't have to do this. Iron jet. Alright, so we can make these. 1, 2, 3. It's like 6 of those, maybe. That should be enough. 1, 2, 3. It should be that. So that should be able to make the diamond thruster. And then we need the diamond capacitor. And then a second one. All right, 1, 2. How's a thruster? So we need these. We don't have an elite coil, which is that. Throw that in there. Now we can craft that, which will let us craft that. Which gives us the diamond jetpack. All right. Now, what is the upgrade to this? So if we do recipe on this one, we can do, no, usage. So we can go to emerald. What is emerald here? 48,000, 30,000. Yeah, I'm good for now. We'll do more in a second. Now we should be able to wirelessly charge this thing, theoretically. Where can I put this thing? Can I put it, oh, there's this slot for the deep learner. Oh, hold on. It would be so nice not to have to carry this around. Alright, we don't need that one. That one. What's in this one? Excellent. Alright, now we can put that there. We don't have to carry that anymore, right? Put that in there. Let's throw those in there, plus that. Now, why is it not charging? There's got to be a slot I can put this in besides my chest. There we go. Let's go over here to the wireless charging. Let's set all slots to charge. Except inventory, I guess. And if we go here to our jetpack, it is charging. Alright. Now if we go to options, controls, keybinds, jet. What is it? Iron? Oh my god, really? You're not gonna aim? Jet? the key? What was the key for this stupid thing? Let's see, here we go. It should be called iron jetpacks. Jade, just dire things. I remember the old ones you could go to look there. You know, maybe it's hover. There we go. Hover, not bound. It really makes it kind of difficult to find it because it doesn't show you the category of what it's in, so you know what the name is. So let's just look through this again, kind of slow here, because you got to be able to turn it on, right? Toggle flight. That's different mod. There's gotta be something here. Oh, there we go. Iron jetpacks. Obviously it's there, it just doesn't show it. Okay, so toggle the engine is V, hover mode is H. Alright. V. Hover mode. Nope. Alright, H is double bound. Let's fix that real quick because I don't know what the hell that other thing was. Key H. So anchor. Building gadgets 3. Alright, get rid of that. Show HUD for what? Mechanism? Oracle index. Alright, we get rid of that one. That was the one that caused us issues. There we go. Wow, this thing is fast. Okay, perfect. All that work so we can do this. Building gadget. H. Nope. Totally forgot. Oh, and I threw it in the void. All right, well. There we go. Jeez. All right, let's grab this. Let's just try to do this. What's the command for this? Shift? Doesn't do anything. Oh my god, this thing is so fast that I can't really move. Maybe, okay, we gotta slow this thing down. I don't know the keybind. So there was an iron jetpacks right there. So decrease throttle is comma. All right, bunch of other things going on at the same time for that. So we want to go, you know, pretty far out here, right? And I'll have to put torches on this pathway, otherwise we'll get invaded eventually. Alright, how many blocks is that? We're not even hovering, we're like floating downwards too. Alright, that should be enough blocks for that. So let's make a path here. Let's break that. Because we want to be able to spawn mobs on this, right? So if we do like this, we can start making a bigger platform. Do I have more of those blocks? Of course I don't. Now where's my torch? So we're gonna want to make it so these are not spawnable. Oh my god, really? Do I not? I got like nothing on me. That way, like when mobs spawn, they're not like right there. Alright, torch. Recipe for that. There we go, we got 64 torches. And what was this stuff called? Dark stone bricks? Dark stone bricks. Recipe for that. Are we missing dark? It's like, what? These things, we got like tons of these things. I don't even know what they're for. Let's throw those in there. Now we can recipe on that, and we should be able to get a few stacks of that. All right, we're out of cobblestone. Let's do this. Throw that all in there. Nope. That'll turn all this into stone. And then we need to take all this out. And that should be good. All right. We still have hover mode on, so we're good. Let's just put some torches down here. Just so that this pathway is lit up and nothing is going to spawn here, because there, it'll spawn there. Now we'll just start expanding this thing here out. And we do want mobs to spawn here, so we'll let these stay red. I'm probably going to need to make like an actual mob farm, but there's something I didn't have to do that. All right, that should work. All right, I guess we're not going to. I prefer creative flight than these jetpacks, but it's definitely fast, right? Let's just move around pretty good. All right, now that's taken care of. So eventually we'll get a mob to spawn over there at some point in time. All right, all that, and we're back here. All right, let's see here. We did do flux stuff, so I think we can actually unlock that one already. Add flux. So here's our paste, or that stuff. We got the block, let's make that. Usage. What is it? What the hell is it telling us to make here? Dialect paste? Okay, let's see what the hell that is for. Okay, we got that. That's for power, so I haven't touched the power mod. I'm gonna have to set up more AU2 autocrafters to do that one, but definitely should be where we go. What was this one here? Obsidian. Alright, we need obsidian. I wanted a 1x obsidian. We already have one. Perfect. So we made the paste. Gives us more paste. Made this one. Wait, on it's redstone. Should have a bunch of redstone. Alright, then we need a flux core. Like, we've already made it, so I mean, so might as well just get all these checked off now. Alright, throw that in there. Just throw that in there. Oh. That gives us more stuff to make more of those. Alright, that is good. Let's see here. What is the pathway here? So this is mechanism. We already did that. And I don't see, because they're on my back. There we go. These can actually go in there. I don't need them in my bag. And then that's steel. We should already have some steel made. I made a bunch of it before I tore those machines down. I intended to move all that to the other island, but I have not done it yet. There we go. That's all taken care of. What is this? Yeah, we can do this one. Absorption hopper. Singularity tank. Chicken feed. I don't know how we're going to do that one, actually. Iron spikes. A wooden spike. Entity conveyor. Make that. This is probably for a mob farm. So we can probably get some of this stuff set up. A mob masher. And yeah, so let's do all this. This whatever. Yeah, we made that. Absorption hopper. We should be able to make that. This will pick up items in the world and fluids. A singularity tank. We've made a bunch of these. They're everywhere around the base. This chicken feed. We don't have the XP stuff yet, so that looks like we'll need to do that. Let's see here. Iron block, and then 2 iron swords. That'll give us iron spikes. So that's for killing mobs. Not the best way of killing mobs, just a way of killing mobs. I wouldn't recommend using that. Missing planks. I need to get a requester going here, so we don't have to like manually craft all these little sub things all the time. As you can see, it gets a little tedious, but of course I threw it in there. What was that? Wood. Alright, we made that. A mob fan. These are pretty easy to make. These move mobs. They're pretty cool. I like them. And then a mob masher. I wonder if I can use the mob masher to kill those things from the summoned piece, right? Like, that sounds like pretty interesting. Like, I wonder if it works. Because that would make that a whole lot easier. Oh, we need another iron spike. Which is that. Can go ahead and craft that. What are we missing here? Iron spike. What the hell are you missing? Thought I made. Oh my god, more iron swords missing. 1, 2. Oh my gosh. Another iron block. I feel like I'm just making the same junk over and over again. There we go. Mob masher. Got that. We'll set something up with this here probably in the next episode or so. Kind of just really checking off all the stuff we got done. But now that we have like a nice roadmap for what we need to do next, we should be good. Oh, there's a bunch of A stuff here. Okay, growth accelerator. We already have all this stuff. Let's throw all that in there. Alright, A2. Charger, controller, inscriber, skystone. I don't even know what else it was. So we got the inscriber, which gives us that. We need a smart filter. What? Skystone. We need dust. Dust. That completed that, and then we're gonna need a smart filter, whatever the hell that was. Smart filter. I don't think it's this thing. No, that's wrong, whatever that is. Those are the press icons, but for some reason it's All right, iron plates. So we need a iron plate and a hammer. Let's see here. Hammer. I guess it's not gonna really tell me here. Iron plate right here. I have one of those hammers in my bag. Like so. Which gives us that. And it looks like it really wants the engineering hammer here. So let's make that one. I think this one has like no durability or something like that. Got that one. And I have those plates already. I don't really... Let me go down here. And I'm not going to make them again. They're just like a waste of space. Cover off. Yeah, I have them all like automated right here. So let's just grab this one. Do I need them all? Like, there we go. That's all I needed to do there. Unlock that, which should have unlocked the ME controller. I already have that in my bag. 17 of them in my bag, in fact. I guess it wants me to do the Fluix crystal. Let me go over here and check. Yeah, these bookshelves are like locked up. You see that? 7 of them are still crafting. Cancel that. That one canceled too. I don't know what happened there. While we're down here, I can show you. I used laser IO for the this, and so I always get the water in, right? Like if we do here north, like I fluid card these. So I take out the witch water and I put it into this one if it is not water. If it's water, it goes in the trash can. And it worked out. It automates all the way through here. I got a lot of backup storage just in case something breaks. But it worked out pretty well. And then over here I set up these simulators plus the loot fabricators, all for the specific creature. And I'll just keep building those out. AE2 is kind of annoying because of the channels. I wish it didn't have the channels. There was a mod once I played where you could get rid of the channels, but I guess they don't do that much anymore. We have all this down here for power generation. It's a bunch of these 64Xs, just pretty much taking lava. And we have pretty much unlimited lava. We're using super heating elements now, which is 60X heating. And it's definitely just keeping it going. We're obviously going to want more power eventually, but not too big a deal at the moment. And then I have these constructor things down here. I'm going to have to make more. Looks like I have room too, so I'm going to have to build another few of those and just kind of built it into the cave system that's in this starter thing. And then I keep all my drives up there and stuff like that. And then a few automation things over here. This is all the different processors, and then up here I have what were these ones? The machines are all grown over. Reaction chamber and whatever that machine over there is, an inscriber for something. It has its own. It is its own pattern somewhere around here. Pattern provider. Yeah, that makes the Fluix crystal, and that one makes the actual final processors. And then I have a glass making machine. All right. Let's make the rest of this. Add A2. Grab the crystals. That should save that time there. And then that's done. And then the growth accelerator. Directional growth accelerator. Cranked growth accelerator. I don't even know if I can make these. This one I don't think I can. So growth accelerator was this Fluix block. Okay, throw all that back in there. Perfect. And there we go. So we got our first growth accelerator. If we hit G, you can kind of see how it works. It'll help you grow those crystals or crops and stuff like that. It's used for the ore thing, and we'll eventually get to that. Let's see here. This one. Let's start making whatever that stuff is, and then I guess we can make that. That was easy. This is a directional growth accelerator. Forces buds to grow in a specific direction. So this makes it so you can use more automation tools to break those. And then a cranked one. I'm assuming this means you manually crank it. Does not connect to a network, only works when powered by a wooden crank. And then a boosted accelerator, so we need a pearl. Let's make those netherite. And then we need another growth accelerator. Then we can actually click, there we go, a boosted one. Faster than your average. So that's done. We'll need those later on. Just not right now. So there's some iron shards, diamond shard, a wooden crank, and a diamond geode. So that all plays in this gears, and I'll have to get this set up, or at least because like we're gonna have to go into this foundry stuff, and I mean I'm already an hour and 30 minutes into this episode, so I don't think we're gonna be doing that. Let's see here. Yeah, we're gonna have to go to the nether. Probably upgrade a lot of stuff before we do that. I'm not killing fast enough. I think we're gonna need full premium enchanted to do that. Still nothing over there that I heard. Let's throw all that in there. And you know what? Let's just call it here. I'm starting to lose my voice, and we got a lot done today. We completed quite a bit of stuff. We got some tricks and tricks here. A beehive. What? Did it really give me a beehive? Because that would be great, because we have to get bees. Let me look here. Yeah, we got a beehive. Oh, that's kind of cool, because you need like honey to make those, I think. And another wolf spawn egg. So that'll be... I gotta figure that out. And I made a magnet. I don't know why that one doesn't count, but whatever. But we finished, chapter 1. We didn't have chapter 1 finished before because it required another right mesh for some reason, which we're not there yet. Now, we're going to start this apotheosis. Maybe I'll be able to, get one of these things killed in between while I'm waiting, but we'll get that going. We'll do that next episode. If we can get this netherite upgrade, then we can move into I guess next part of the game here. But definitely got a lot done today. We killed a lot of mobs and got a jetpack, so that's fun. But thank you very much for watching, and please have a fantastic day.